Sound isn't just background noise. The rhythms and timbres you hear can change how your brain works, shifting your level of alertness, focus, and mental energy in just a few minutes. Have you ever noticed how one song can make you feel instantly awake while another seems to pull you into daydreams? Why does music sometimes help you concentrate and other times leave you distracted? And if sound is this powerful, can we use it on purpose to control our attention instead of leaving it to chance? In this video, you'll discover how music therapy and sound therapy influence the brain, what scientific studies reveal about the link between sound and focus, and most importantly, a simple 3-minute ritual you can use anytime to tune your mind for deep concentration and sustained attention. Stay until the end so you can try it yourself and feel the shift happen in real time. Why does sound have such a strange power over us? Why can a single rhythm make your heart beat faster, wake you up, and pull you into action, while another soothes you and makes the world feel softer? To answer this, we have to go back long before brain scans and scientific studies. For thousands of years, philosophers have tried to understand why music moves the mind. The Greek thinker Pythagoras believed that the universe itself was built on harmony, a kind of hidden music. He taught that every object, every planet, every human being vibrates, and that certain intervals and rhythms bring the soul into balance. For him, music wasn't decoration. It was a tool to tune the inner world, the way a musician tunes an instrument before playing. Later, Plato warned that music could shape character and attention. In his dialogues, he argued that different modes and rhythms don't just entertain, they train the soul. Music that is chaotic or harsh can make a mind restless and unfocused. Music that is orderly and noble could help a person think clearly and act with courage. He believed that the sound you let in every day is not neutral, it educates your inner state. Eastern traditions reach similar conclusions, but from another path. In Buddhism, sound is used as a way to gather a wandering mind. Monks strike a bell, chant a mantra, or listen to the slow decay of a gong. These sounds are not random. They are designed to anchor attention in the present moment and calm the constant noise of thought. Each repetition is a way of telling the brain, "Come back, stay here, focus now." Even our everyday sayings show how deeply we know this truth. Think about the phrase, "music to my ears." We don't mean literal notes, we mean a sound that soothes and gives clarity. Or when we say someone marched to the beat of their own drum, we're describing how rhythm guides action. Long before modern science, humans noticed that sound moves us, sometimes toward calm, sometimes toward strength, sometimes toward sharp attention. Imagine a student in ancient Athens listening to Plato speak, or a monk in a quiet temple breathing with the sound of a bell. They were already practicing what we today call state management. They knew that before you can think deeply or act with courage, you must first create the right inner atmosphere. And sound was one of the fastest ways to do it. When you feel scattered, your brain isn't broken. It's just untuned. The right music can work like a tuning fork, aligning your thoughts, calming the noise, and preparing you for focus. This Isanti knew, its wisdom passed from ancient Greece to Eastern temples and into our everyday metaphors. But now we have the tools to explain why it works on a biological level. In the next part, we'll see how neuroscience confirms what these traditions intuited. We'll explore how rhythms and timbres actually change the state of your brain in real time, and why a carefully chosen sound can move you from distraction to deep concentration in just 3 minutes. Stay with me, because once you understand what's happening inside your nervous system, you'll know exactly how to use sound to focus on demand. We've seen that ancient thinkers believed sound could tune the mind. Today, neuroscience can show us exactly how that happens inside the brain. The first question we need to answer is simple. How can something as invisible as a sound wave change your ability to focus? When you hear a rhythm, your brain doesn't just notice it, it starts to synchronize. Scientists call this neural entrainment. Inside your skull, billions of neurons fire in patterns. When an external rhythm is steady, many of those neurons begin to align with it, like dancers matching a beat. This is more than a poetic image. It's been measured. Research on rhythmic entrainment shows that when the brain locks onto a beat, attention networks become more stable and predictable. It's as if the brain says, "Here is a structure. I can write this pattern instead of drifting." But rhythm isn't the only thing that matters. The timbre, the texture and color of a sound also changes how alert or calm you feel. Harsh, high-frequency sounds can trigger the body's arousal system, raising heart rate and making you feel on edge. Smooth, warm timbres can calm and steady you. Studies have shown that natural, balanced timbres can lower stress and help people sustain attention longer. It is the reason why certain instruments like a soft piano or a mellow synth feel inviting, while sudden shrill noises make you want to escape. Modern music therapy builds on this. Therapists use carefully chosen sounds to help patients focus, regulate mood, and even recover cognitive skills after injury. Research shows that music can stimulate dopamine, the neurotransmitter linked to motivation and reward. When dopamine rises, the brain feels more willing to engage and persist with a task. It's a chemical push toward focus. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that plans and directs attention, becomes more active when people listen to structured, engaging music. There's another layer. Sound doesn't just affect the mind. It works on the nervous system. Steady rhythms and certain low-frequency patterns can slow breathing and heart rate, shifting the body toward a calmer but alert state. Scientists measure this using heart rate variability, a marker of resilience and flexibility. Higher variability is linked to better attention and emotional control. When people listen to well-designed soundscapes, their variability improves in minutes. Think of what happens when you put on headphones and a beat begins. Your foot taps, your breath evens out. Your mind starts to ride the pulse. That's neural entrainment. That's your vagus nerve helping your body settle while staying awake. It's a full-body reset button delivered through sound. This is why random background noise doesn't always help. Some music is too chaotic and can scatter your attention. Other tracks are too relaxing and make you sleepy. But if you choose sounds with the right tempo, timbre, and structure, you can push your brain into a zone of calm alertness, exactly the state you need to work deeply. In a moment, we're going to turn the science into action. You'll learn a 3-minute sound ritual designed to harness these discoveries, the synchronizing power of rhythm, the emotional shaping of timbre, and the dopamine boost that comes when the brain feels both safe and energized. Stay with me because when you try this at the end, you'll feel what the studies describe, your mind becoming quiet, steady, and ready to focus. Now let's bring everything together. We started by breaking a common misconception. Music isn't just entertainment. The sounds around you, the rhythms and timbres can quickly shift your mental state. Philosophers knew this long before brain scans existed. Pythagoras believed harmony could tune the soul. Plato warned that sound shapes character and attention. Buddhist monks used bells and chants to gather the wandering mind. Then we saw what science says. Modern research on neural entrainment shows that your brain's rhythms sync with external beats, stabilizing attention networks. Studies on timbre prove that the texture of a sound can raise or lower arousal. Music therapy uses these discoveries to boost dopamine, activate the prefrontal cortex, and calm the nervous system while keeping it alert. In short, sound is a fast and reliable way to move from scattered to focused. But information alone doesn't change your day. What matters is what you do when you sit down to work and your mind wants to escape. Right now, you have a tool. It doesn't take willpower. It doesn't require hours. It's a 3-minute ritual that tells your brain it's safe to focus and you can start now. Imagine this tomorrow morning. You sit at your desk, open your laptop, and feel the pull to check your phone instead of diving in. Instead of fighting the feeling or blaming yourself for being lazy, you pause. You know what's happening. Your brain is searching for safety. You put on your headphones, start a carefully chosen sound, and begin your reset. 3 minutes later, your body is calmer, your mind is steadier, and the work no longer feels like a threat. You simply begin, and starting is the hardest part. Here's how to do it. Put on a pair of headphones and choose a track with a steady, moderate beat. Around 60 to 80 beats per minute works for most people. Pick something with smooth, warm timbres, piano, synth pads, soft drums, rather than harsh or sudden sounds. As the music begins, breathe slowly. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold gently for 7 and exhale through your mouth for 8. Keep this pattern going while you listen. After about 2 minutes of breathing with the rhythm, speak to yourself softly. This sound is helping my brain focus. This task is not danger, just effort. Then, while the track still plays, take the smallest physical action related to your work. Open the document, type the first sentence, outline the first idea. That action, no matter how small, breaks the avoidance loop. Why does this work? The steady rhythm locks your brain into entrainment, helping attention networks stabilize. The timbre you chose calms the amygdala and reduces the feeling of threat. The breathing activates your parasympathetic system, lowering anxiety. And the tiny action at the end gives your brain immediate proof that starting is safe. Relief no longer comes from avoidance, it comes from movement. You can repeat this ritual anytime procrastination shows up, before studying, writing, designing, answering hard emails, or tackling a task you've been avoiding. Each time you do, you teach your nervous system a new association. Sound plus breath equals safety, action equals relief. Over days and weeks, the protective loop weakens. Focus becomes less about forcing yourself and more about creating the right conditions. If you try this today and notice even a small change, maybe a quieter mind, a drop in anxiety, or the courage to begin, that's success. The goal isn't to feel perfect. It's to show your brain that you can start even when discomfort shows up. I'd love to hear how this works for you. Did the 3-minute sound ritual help you focus? Did you feel the shift? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could help someone else break free from distraction. And if you want more science-backed tools to train your brain for better attention, energy, and calm, subscribe to this channel. Each video here combines ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience to help you stop drifting and start working with clarity and control.